to me. Give it to me.
Hello.
Hello.
You were asking?
Well, I was just going to say, is this the time and place to talk about society just wholesale attempting to reject AI? Because that
Probably not,
McDonald's
but
situation,
the whole like after the Coke
fascinating.
thing and then the McDonald's thing, it's like just,
Yeah.
people are we're in that stage of if it smells like a synthesizer, it's disco and I hate it. Kind of.
I think so, but more maybe. But that is a very interesting analogy. That perhaps it is just, it's like Bob Dylan playing the electric guitar.
Yeah.
Maybe?
My theory is that
Wow.
right now it's in that awkward duckling phase where it's ugly and it doesn't work very well.
Right.
And eventually all the BS and the overpromising and stuff falls away and we're like, oh, it's good at that thing. Cool.
Right.
And then it becomes totally non-controversial. And it's like, yeah, turns out, it was only good at rewriting my email or whatever it ends up being.
I mean, yes, 100%. Like that feels likely. Even like e-commerce, everyone's like, no, and it makes everything worse and whatever. But what if it's also virtual reality and 3D TV? I'm
Yeah.
just throwing it out
It's
there,
not-
right? It's sort of like, it's
I-
not outside the realm of possibility. Because
It's
of the, like,
already more useful than both of those. Definitely 3D TV.
100%. Yeah.
So I'm not
definitely.
sure that it hasn't already passed those tests, but
Yeah.
this could be it. It's not impossible, right?
It's sort of like it's simultaneously useful, but the amount of vitriol is new. Like the amount of just like, I hate this and I want it to go away and I will
Yeah.
fight it whenever I see it. And McDonald's
then-
will take down their ad.
We're also, I try to always remind myself, we're in a world where a few voices sound like a lot more.
Yeah.
So it's hard to tell.
I know.
And then when you look at usage numbers, it's like, well, I don't know. And did you hear about the Taylor Swift botnet they took
I
down?
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great example of like, I was hearing all kinds of people like, man,
know
people
what's
seem to
real."
not really like this Taylor Swift album. And I'm like, do they? Because it certainly is streaming a lot. So a lot of people are playing it. And then it turns out, oh no, a lot of that vitriol was not actual real people. It was just
Totally.
fuel.
Like we definitely are going to have an interesting conversation along these lines a little bit, but due to one of my things today.
Okay.
That is less inflammatory. Well, hopefully less inflammatory, but similar.
We could
kinda
make it be
similar
less inflammatory.
situation. Well, just sort of similar, like unity.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
so much unity here.
Right,
By the
right.
way, can we talk about my cute dogs sleeping in the sun back here?
Oh my gosh. They're so still. I didn't even notice them.
I know. They're just being so adorable. It's the time of year where, because really what they prefer is for me to just leave the front door open all the time so they can suntan on
Yeah.
the front porch, even though they could just go downstairs outside, but
No,
that,
not
I
the
wouldn't be there.
same.
But
Right.
it's the time of year where the sun comes really nicely in these big doors.
And so they're like, it's almost the same. Yay.
It's so cute.
Oh my God. Django used to do that all the time. She would just lay in the sun until she started panting. Then she'd go in the shade until she cooled down and then go right back.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Same. Reggie is exactly the same. I just credited his like Chihuahua nature, I'm like, well, he's just he's a south of the equator dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Same. Like he will just be like panting, mostly dead, come into the shade for
Yeah.
like 30 seconds, not even drink
Like,
water,
okay, I'm recharged.
and then go right back out.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
I think, okay, I have a default second thing, but I would like your opinion
Okay.
on my other considerations. 132, it's like, we could do that every year. There's always something.
Yeah, totally.
Should we do it?
I mean, I'm not sure if it is a thing or it's, well, I don't know. I mean, honestly,
It is a thing, but is it just still a thing? Right. And it's not like, it would just be an update. Like, yep, here we are again. Every year, this is kind of a thing.
Right.
It's not any more or less of a thing than it was last year.
I think that might be the case.
Yeah,
Although,
okay,
My
I think-
God, did it metastasize? Like it's like everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
surprised my like
the fact that
Kaiser
like there's
Medical
even
portal
more.
didn't give me a
Yeah,
rap
right.
at this point. Like
You did this many
you
checkups
did this
and
many
filled
blood
this
tests.
many
Like, great job.
pharmaceuticals. Then Alton Brown is kind of the same thing. Like I see him coming back, but I don't know if that's really more of a check-in thing than because we had you, I think, picked him as a thing a while ago, a couple of years ago. Yeah. So I don't did he just never really go away and I'm just noticing it, or?
I feel like he kind of did go away. Although if of those two, I'd rather have 135.
Okay. And then 130, then there's 134, which we've also done before, but there's there's people doing trend pieces about it again. So I guess it's reaching a height.
Yeah.
And then 131 is my backup pick of that's actually new and probably a thing.
Oh, let's do new.
All right.
When in doubt, let's do
When
new.
in doubt, do new.
I wish I knew.
That's
I
good
wish I had
advice.
followed all of the pieces of 130 because I saw some hilarious content about that. But
I
just
found
not
out
up
about
on
it when Rich made that joke on text. I was not naturally aware of it.
No, I followed the guy who played Greg from The Office
Uh-huh.
on Instagram, who's one of the funniest follows on the entire internet, by the way. Like, FY, he is hilarious. And he did a video about it that was basically just like, I have to defend my fellow weird-looking white guys, and then did a whole thing about Quentin Tarantino movies and how they all use they're all the same formula, and then gratuitously throw in the N-word. And it's a good video, but that's it. That's all I got. I didn't even know so anyway,
we could actually still do 133 next week if I'm just bereft of anything.
Let's do. Yeah, I would say save it for that, because also 17 more things will come out by then.
Oh yeah, totally. And then we can be and Kaiser will have your
probably my
end.
prescription count. Yeah, exactly. I'm glad Alton Brown has returned. By the way, I'm dying right now because we didn't talk about the word that is being thrown around in the Discord, even though it's such a thing that we're all just like, yeah, totally, ha 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 ha. So I'm putting it in the bullpen. We didn't, right? My son told me we should talk about it.
I'm not sure which one you're referring to.
I'm talking about it is now the new 135 in the bullpen.
Yeah, you have to press return. Otherwise, I just see it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, that came up. That is one of those ones where we definitely have mentioned it. I don't know if it was in pre-show or if it was on a show with Rich that you weren't here.
Oh, maybe. But we didn't do it. But it is.
Let's see.
I'm still in for Whamageddon Technomensch.
Email. Dave in Melbourne.
Oh, okay.
Dave in Melbourne brought it up on it was one that you weren't on, which is why you don't remember it. October 8th.
Wow. We're going to want to keep an eye on that, because I think we're going to have to, it's going to necessitate a mention later, I think, because it's just getting bigger. I'm still safe from, and we didn't do the Drunken Raccoon. The Drunken Raccoon is the Mind the Gap. I think that should be a Mind the Gap.
Yeah, how you doing in Whamageddon?
I'm still okay, because remember I texted you guys in a panic. So I texted the team in a panic, everyone on Discord who's listening, in November, because I was in New York City in Rockefeller Center or Square, and heard it blaring out of the pedicabs, and I was like, I just already got Whamageddon. And then Tom told me it doesn't start until December 1st, and now I'm still okay.
Yep.
And the good news is that pretty much I don't leave the house in December, so I should be okay.
I apparently escaped by the skin of my teeth, because we were at Universal on Monday, and we were in the area with all of the Christmas trees and stuff, and they're playing Christmas music, and I'm like, and Eileen had already lost by that point. So I was like, man, this is dangerous for me. I can't stay here too long. And she looks at me and she's like, you didn't hear it earlier. And I'm like, don't tell me when, but really? And she's like, yeah, I didn't say anything, because if you don't notice it, it doesn't count.
It doesn't count.
And she's like, I didn't say anything, but I wasn't sure if you noticed and just didn't say anything yourself. I'm like, no. And she's like, it wasn't here. It wasn't in the Christmassy area. It was somewhere else.
Dang.
And I'm like, oh, wow. And I'm being honest. Like if she had said it and I suddenly remembered, like, oh, right, then I would call myself out, but I have no memory of when it played.
There's nobody I would believe more.
I must have just been, off in my own world thinking about something and just wasn't even listening to the music.
Wow. That's wild. Yeah, I'm a little worried because there's like a holiday stroll tomorrow,
Yeah.
and I'm going to a holiday party on Saturday. Like it's coming toward me. I came close in the hardware store the other night. For some reason, I have convinced myself that I can't say goodbye to this view, everyone. Now that I'm an empty nester, I'm redoing a downstairs guest room.
Uh-huh.
Because it turns out when your kid moves out, you get a guest room.
Yeah.
It's a fully functioning bedroom. So the guest room is becoming my new like mid-century styly office, and I'm so excited. But I convinced myself that I can't decorate until I do that because I want this space, which is a whole window area, for my Christmas tree.
Uh-huh.
So
yeah.
anyway, so then I'm gonna have to put the desk on. I can't disassemble it until tomorrow, but anyway, it's a whole scene. Those people who put their stuff up on December.
A lot of inner moving parts. Yeah.
A lot of, because I like to make my life as hard as possible. All the time.
Yeah, you get more points for that.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take them.
I don't know what the points are good for, but you do get more points for that.
The good thing that's happened though, and I hate to say this because karma is gonna whip back around and hit me in the face for it, but like all of my other meetings were canceled today because people are sick.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like,
go flu mutation.
right? Totally like, I'm sorry for you.
Yes. No, of course. But
I'm so happy.
But you can have more than one feeling at a time.
We contain multitudes.
We do.
Yeah. People are sick.
Yeah.
All the more
no,
reason
I know.
not to leave the house. Ooh.
Seriously.
Speaking of which, that's why Rich is not here, by the way.
Because his whole family is like laid low. Yeah. He will show up, he said, but you know what? If he doesn't, I think we know why.
It's okay. We'll give it to him.
Seven the dog helped me put up the outdoor Christmas lights.
Really?
Yeah.
How helpful was Seven the dog?
He was surprisingly not unhelpful.
At putting up lights?
So I was alone. Eileen was out with a friend, and I came back from a walk, and I was like, I really should put these up. This is a good time to put them up, but I don't want to leave him in his crate. So let me just see. Let me see how far I can get. So I pull out the ladder, and he just sniffs the ladder. He's like, "Oh, that's cool." And I get the lights, and I start putting the lights up, and he just sits at the bottom of the ladder looking. It's like, "Oh,
really?
What you doing? That's cool." He was so good.
No, Ben.
And then I moved the ladder, and he's like, "Oh, okay, we're moving over here. Cool. Okay." he didn't try to play with the lights. He just waited while I was on the ladder looking at me like, "Whoa, I've never seen you do this before in my life."
What a little grown-up.
I know, he's growing up.
I love him. That is adorable.
He was such a good boy. He has his days, but
Sure.
But he's getting better all the time.
Yeah.
With your little angels over there.
I had a hilarious meltdown at my dogs the other day where I just was like, I was just upset. My son was going back to school after coming home for Thanksgiving, and I have plantar fasciitis.
Oh,
everything is stupid. So I'm like hobbling along, walking them. It was hurt, whatever. And
that's just constant pain.
I know. And then I'm like, I kind of started to cry. So the way that, the internet is full of videos of dogs being nice to their people when they're upset. No.
Yeah.
No. Reggie needs to be comforted when I'm upset.
I see. He's upset that you're upset, and so you need to comfort him.
And so I need to comfort. So he cowers. He looks at me as though I am about to kick him. This dog has never suffered an injury in his life, except for one time when he chased a cat and hurt himself.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't get without taking. And then I was like, wow, I think this might be like therapy. I'm like, I need you to let me have a feeling without that feeling becoming your problem. And I was like, holy crap, I'm having some sort of parent breakthrough right now. Like, this is major.
Don't get mad at me for getting mad at you, for getting mad at me, for getting mad at you.
It was hilarious. I was just like, oh my God, dogs, you are a lot of lessons.
Wow. Maybe Reggie was... I'd like to think that Reggie did it on purpose, but I know he didn't.
No, he just sucks. He just is adorable.
All right.
What What do you
Shall
think? Should
we
do
then?
an actual show? By the
Yeah,
way, I
let's do
started
it.
recording my QuickTime late. I apologize, but it is going now.
No worries at all. We got you covered. And who knows, maybe Rich will be here when we finish. Stay
Fingers
tuned
crossed.
to find out.
Stay tuned.
All right,
The
let's clap.
suspense is killing us.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. And music. In 3, 2.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Hey everyone, I'm Molly Wood.
And I'm Tom Merritt.
Welcome to It's a Thing, the weekly podcast that is supported by you, dear listeners. And therefore, you let us just sit here and jabber on week after week about the things that are things.
Oh, the things we will show you.
Oh, the things we could do.
Is that copyright infringement for Dr. Seuss?
I feel like Dr. Seuss doesn't roll like that, but publishers are involved, so probably.
Yeah, exactly. It wouldn't be Dr. Seuss, rest his soul. It would be whoever the rights holders
I
are.
would take that all literally. I'm like, no, he's
Yeah.
cool with it.
Well, by the way, we are cool with you buying things from us at it'sathing.me/shop. You still have time to order things and have them get there in time for the holidays, including the Brandly
Brandly Newly.
Brandly newly approved 6'7" beanie cap and ornament. They redid the stitching for us on the beanie cap and ran it by us, and we're like, yep, looks great.
It's so great.
Yeah. So go check it
Highly,
out.
highly recommend that if you would like to make a teenager in your life a little bit cringy. Like
And-
if you want
yeah,
them
yeah.
to just
Oh,
cringe
absolutely.
and be like,
Yeah.
oh, this is not cool. but
And
also
wear it
kinda
into
cool.
an In-N-Out where they have decided to no longer use the number 67 because people just waited around for them to say it.
I continue to maintain that even though it is a constant topic of discussion, it is still like undervalued
Yeah.
as a cultural force. I mean, they literally just banned the number 67. They were like, "No, we can't do it," because kids would come in and order, apparently, and then like lose their minds. They call in fake orders or something. I don't even know.
There were people letting them know like they're in the 40s. Get here fast.
So it was
They were
literally
texting each other to
6-7
like, and everyone
instigation
would
flash
show
mobs.
up when they got near to 667. Yeah.
You guys, I'm telling you, undervalued as a movement. Imagine if all those kids voted.
You know what else is undervalued these days?
What is that?
Pens. The pen industry is in trouble. People are not using pens the way they used to because we don't write as many things as we used to. We just text each other. We don't write a telegram about 6'7" coming up in and out. However, one pen company in the last quarter, according to The Economist, had sales growth instead of decline.
Tell me more.
The Lagami gel pens. Do you know about Lagami gel pens?
I am scrolling them right now, and this is like the stocking stuffer of the year for me. I can already tell.
Yeah.
No. What the heck is
Lovely
this?
Friends is one of their lines. They have little like rubbery gel like animals like
erasable.
koalas and stuff. They also sell erasable pens too. Yep. But if
not
you
all, okay.
if you go into the products, choose writing materials, and then look for the Lovely Friends gel pens, ballpoint and gel pens, squishy gel pens. They have ones with like paws and dragons and penguins.
And they're just so cute that they're actually working.
Some schools have started to prohibit the use of these pens in class because they are too distracting for younger users. The kids can't handle it.
We want you to learn how to write. We
Yeah.
value writing. We don't want you to use ChatGPT for everything,
Right.
but also you can't use a cute pen.
Can't use the cute pen.
Is-
Well, you can't handle the cute pen is what apparently it's not. It's basically like you can use any pen you want except the one that is making you all stop paying attention to me. That
Can
one
we
goes
just
away.
Can we determine that is the title of this episode? You can't handle the cute pen. I mean, come on. Done. We are done. Producer Rich, if you were here and could take a note with your Lagami gel pen,
They're
would
super
be it.
cute, but they
so
are
cute.
way too popular. And if anybody is like, I actually have experience with this with my children or something, please feedback at
oh,
it'sthing.me.
please.
I would love to hear more.
I'm
But
about to mess up my niece's middle school class. Let me tell
they're
you what.
super cute.
They are adorable. I'm going
and
to
they're
Barnes & Noble
squishy.
today. And they're squishy is incredible. And some of them are even erasable. Like I can't. They're so
Yep.
cute.
Yep.
And they have pencil cases.
Oh, yeah.
There's like a panda pencil case.
They're basically like
Wow.
the stuffed animal charms, but on your pen.
Oh my God, I love this.
Yeah.
I love this so much. I hope I get my niece in the secret stocking.
Legami gel pens.
That is outstanding. And if I get Legami gel pens for the right people in my life, then I can be certain that I will not fumble our relationship.
Oh, sounds like you're alluding to a new thing.
Why, yes, I am. And I just have to put the stamp on it now and say, you're all going to start hearing it if you have not already. And this is one of those where I like did not want it to go by until somebody emailed and said, is it a thing to talk about like how when you lost, a relationship ended, it's because you fumbled it? And it is. To answer
Now-
that question in advance.
I know there's some old person out there like me going, well, we've used the word fumble to mean pretty much that for a long time. Pretty much not the same.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. Pretty much is not, that is the only thing that you say now.
Yeah.
For example, you could talk about how you fumbled a baddie. And somebody would be like, I don't know what you mean. And they would say, I was like flirting with a cute person and I screwed it, in this case, most likely a girl, and I screwed it up. So there's fumble, like, generally there's a lot more usage of it as you screwed up an opportunity across the board. And that's how, like, olds have also used it. Like he showed up late and then he fumbled the job, but it's just so now it's like fumble moment. And then specifically in this romantic context is where I hear it constantly. Fumble the baddie. I'm probably going to fumble it.
I love this fumble in every language. Learn how to say fumble in 9 languages on the Skibbity Times article that you.
Yeah, side note, did we know the Skibbity Times exists? Because next time we need a thing, we are
Yeah.
just going straight to Skibbity Times. Like, oh, Italian brain rot. A bunch of characters. Like, what? Wait, what? Anyway, yes, I could easily fall into it's Skibbity Times. Skibbity Times is know your meme for the Gen Zs.
For the new, yeah. Know your meme is old now.
Know your
Oh
meme
my
is old now.
gosh.
Wow. Okay, well, I feel better about fumble because it's like always weird when it's just a word and it's a semi-generic usage.
Yeah.
But I feel way better about dubbing it a thing if it has its own write-up on the Skibbity Times, which
Definitely.
is obviously the go-to source.
Yeah, no, this is a good one because it's one that you're going to hear and you're going to understand because it actually is pretty like literally like, oh yeah, you fumbled it, you messed it up.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. But there's all these nuances that you were just talking about that you'll now be like, oh, that's why it's used there. That's why that person is using it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it just is so dating and it seems to have really, they actually like, this is amazing. The Skibbity Times has a chart of the widespread usage. And it seems like it sort of kicked up in like 2018-ish or whatever. And then all of a sudden 2023. And then now it's like, pew,
Boom, off the charts.
fumbled the bag, fumbled the baddie, fumble moment.
Yeah. You
instant
didn't fumble it, making it a thing.
Thank you. Appreciate it. It's a thing.
Okay, remember when I mentioned Balatro, the
Yes.
card game, the mobile card game thing, and how it was especially among developers a huge thing. I am not in any way doubting that was a thing, but I'm curious how much it ran across your radar.
It not as much as I expected, considering the
Yeah.
extreme response in the Discord of people being like, "Oh my god, it's so addictive, I can't." Yeah, it didn't. I thought it would come up more, but it didn't. It didn't as much
Okay.
as I thought.
Well, maybe Clover Pit will. Clover
Or I'm
Pit
old.
is a Balatro style game, but even easier. It's already out on PC and everybody's excited about it coming to iOS and Android on December 17th. It is basically the Balatro like mechanic, but based around a slot machine instead of poker. So it's even easier to play.
Easier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even easier. That's gonna get huge.
Right? And like, who
Yep.
doesn't love a slot machine, especially if there's nothing to lose, right?
Exactly.
You're just playing around with it.
No stake slot machine. You're just like boop, 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 boop.
And the whole thing
Yeah.
with Balatro is it basically lets you bend the rules. Like the rules are meant to be bent. And so
fair.
you're trying to maximize your rule bending, which is fun, right? You're like, ooh, I'm breaking the rules and I'm running up a crazy high score. It's doing that, but also with a slot machine now instead of poker. So I think that's pretty.
Boy. All right,
Clover
this one
Pit.
I may have to check it out.
You must
Perhaps.
check it out. December 17th. We rarely do something before it actually comes out.
I know.
This is out on PC, which is why people know it's catching on because people love it on PC, but more people are going to be all into it once it comes to mobile.
thing, Inception. I can't wait. I hope this one hits. And to be fair, I'm not I'm like in book talk land, not game talk land, so it's possible it's just my algorithm that didn't give it to me, but I'll be keeping
Yeah,
an
that's
eye
why
out
I
for
was
this one.
curious, right? Because we all have our own. Bubbles sounds negative, and in this usage, I don't mean it to be negative. We all have our own spheres, let's say.
Yes, totally.
Spheres is exactly the same as bubble, but
It's the
it
same.
sounds more legitimate. So for
Sounds
some-
cooler.
yeah,
Somehow it doesn't
it's like
sound,
sphere of influence, basically.
but we have made bubble into a derogatory. It's very true.
Yeah.
Although my next thing 100% comes from a bubble, and I think it is interesting for a lot of reasons. The thing headline is: have you heard about this color, phthalo green?
I have
I'm probably saying it
not.
Yeah, it's PHTHALO. It's an
Easy
absolutely
for you to say.
right. It's a perfectly beautiful. It's this stunning color, phthalo green.
Okay.
Absolutely, just rich,
Like an emerald green, kind of.
very emerald. Yeah, I mean, you just kind of want to fall right into it. It's absolutely gorgeous. And phthalo green was nearly universally on Threads, which is sort of the sub thing here, chosen as the color of the year after Pantone badly fumbled its color of the year choice. Again, according to these sort of specific bubbles on the internet, right? So we have covered Pantone's color of the year in the past, and because it's a huge deal. It's like a huge deal in the design world. It's just like always, and it's it was like mocha mousse, and we'd actually even been talking about how it was like trending more bland. And then this year, the color of the year was just white.
No, it was Cloud Dancer, Molly.
It was Cloud Dancer, exactly.
Also known as white.
It was white, and Pantone did definitely insert white into a moment of white supremacy.
Are you saying maybe their supreme color of the year could have been something else?
It was like a maybe they didn't read the room that well moment. It did not go over well. There was a lot of controversy about this color. But what I found to be so interesting, and what I often find so interesting about just like mimetic behavior and mimetic thinking, is that I missed all of this for about 30 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time I re-engaged with social media and Threads specifically, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, the internet had just been like, nope, it's actually the color of the year is this phthalo green. The end. And I was like, how does the internet do this? Like, who came up with it? Who does that? Who picked it? And then everybody's like, yeah, I like that one. That's a good one. And then it just was like, the end. We've rejected the Pantone color of the year, and
Boop.
we have chosen a new one. And it's phthalo green, which is gorgeous, by the way. If I had to have anything between these two colors, I would obviously choose phthalo. Like, I'm going to a party in that dress, the green one. But it was interesting because it was interesting for a million reasons. Like, one, that was a thing, and now this color is a thing, and the Pantone color of the year is always a thing, and it being heartily rejected in this way to the point where they had to send out a spokesperson to talk about it was fascinating. And also, Threads is the bluntest instrument that ever blunted. Like, if there's anywhere on the internet that will make you feel like everyone is saying and thinking the same thing, that place is Threads. And I keep trying to tell people to be wary of that fact. And they seem to have no interest in being wary of that fact. They're all just like, yeah, we all agree. And I'm like, you see, you're going to get slapped upside the head with reality again
Yeah.
if you don't stop doing this. But also, it's the cultural power of that lockstep is increasing by the moment. And to me, the phthalo green and Pantone color of the year rejection was the biggest sign that, in a way, Threads is starting to reclaim the place that Twitter did, where you could say there was a national conversation happening because all of the same voices on Twitter were saying the same thing. Threads has now, in its bluntest of blunt ways, I think, taken that mantle. And it's
That is one of the most interesting parts of this story, honestly, because I found out about the Pantone controversy from you and Rich mentioning it on text message, as I find out about many social media trends, to be honest.
Yep.
And I found out about phthalo green now when,
Right.
when you were explaining it to me. So I had no idea. I missed all of this. But the fact that Threads, not X, not even Blue Sky, not Facebook, not Instagram, but Threads was the place, I find extremely interesting. I think there's a meta conversation, though, of especially now that we have multiple platforms, there's not a platform or two platforms like there used to be. It is incumbent to remember that, and I'm not saying this is the case with the Pantone thing. There are absolutely well-documented instances of organizations manipulating platforms to whip people up into believing something is the general opinion, to further their own ends, which could be political. They could be targeting someone, or it could be, we want people to go to this website where we talk about it, and that drives engagement and drives up our advertising revenue. There's still, since 2015, there have been whole industries in Eastern Europe where you pay young people to just go on social media and not be bots so that they can't be as easily defended against, and try to drum up interest in going to websites that are just advertising farms. The most recent example being that they have now uncovered the network that was driving negative opinions about Taylor Swift's album. Doesn't mean Taylor Swift's album is perfect, but most of the discourse that was criticizing Taylor's album was coming from a coordinated effort, not from natural opinions.
Yep. And what is extra interesting as part of that meta conversation is that it is now, because there are multiple sources, we can check. It's almost like now it's more incumbent on us, right? And
Sure.
There was somebody made the observation not that long ago, which I shared around in my friend group. I mean, I posted it maybe on Blue Sky, that there's a high likelihood that many members of major corporate executives of major corporations and reporters from major media outlets are still on X, and that it is very likely that it is giving them a distorted view of what's actually popular in the world. If you look at corporations making choices to, and I say this without, actually, you know what? I'm not even going to disclaim it because I think what I think about fascism. But if you see corporations making decisions that are in lockstep with what the Trump administration would like, and then they're clearly doing that because they have this idea that their customers agree with this in some way, right? Certainly there's the I don't want to get yelled at by the administration part, but then there's also full on business changes that seem to be informed by the idea that these will be popular. And honestly, you would only think that if you spent all your time on X. And I think the idea that there are reporters who are because I have been complaining for over a decade that Twitter was the news desk, the news assignment desk for so many media outlets. I've been you should get your reporters off of there because it's a bubble. And now I think that's still happening, and it's driving all of this reporting when, again, you've got an administration that is at the lowest, by some counts, the lowest popularity that has occurred since they started counting presidential popularity, right? So if you're thinking this is definitely what a majority wants, or even 50%, it is not true. But also you have the opportunity. This is a really long way of saying, if you're only on one of these, then you're the problem. You're in the bubble. You actually have the opportunity. I'll sometimes go from Threads to Blue Sky and be wow, I just entered a totally different world.
Yeah. And honestly, all of them are
wild.
bubbles. All of them.
They're all, yes.
None of them will give you an actual picture of what's popular,
Totally.
right? Even reading all of them won't give you it's better, right? Because then you'll go, oh, I guess that's not as popular because I'm on here and they're not even talking about it, right? But we should do that thing that we talked about where we do like a screen capture of our various, like we did with Instagram, but we can do it
Yes.
with anything
What's in
and
your
just
feed.
compare it to show like, what I see is entirely different from what Molly sees, which is different from what Rich sees, which is different from what you, the listener, see.
Yeah.
Because and we all, to go back to something you said earlier, we all think like, yeah, I know that's true, but I'm really excited about phthalo green, right?
Right.
And I've experienced where I am outside of a bubble, somebody gets really excited, and any even minor suggestion of like, well, where are you getting that from? Like, I don't know. Like people get the same people who are like, people need to fight misinformation. When you actually do it for something they love, go like,
Yep.
yeah. But I want to believe this so much that I don't want to be bothered. And I'm going to get a little angry if you try to threaten it.
Absolutely. That weekend, the weekend that everybody thought the president was going to die, whenever it was, 6 weeks ago, 2 months ago, 5 months, 3 months ago, who knows, right? There was just this weekend where Threads went bananas and was just like, this is it. And and he's at Walter Reed and this is definitely, it's happening. And I remember like in the midst of that, I was like, Threads is purpose built for frenzy. That's what this platform, that's what Facebook has always been awesome at. And Threads is the entire goal of it is for you to like run around with your tail in your mouth and lose your goddamn minds. Like take a step, and sure enough.
And there are organizations out there, to repeat myself, who want to take advantage of that and know that effect happens. And, I ain't going to tell you what to do. You're an adult, unless you're not. But it's good to remember that when you're getting too excited about something.
Yeah.
Anytime
you find yourself just being like, oh, and the whole internet thinks this and it's so exciting and it's just, I'm frothing.
I think the thing that's so important too is like, yeah, it's really easy to point when other people are doing it. You have to do it to yourself. When I get excited about something like, oh, that is the alarm bell. And it's hard to pay attention to that alarm bell because you're so excited, like, oh, I want this to be true. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure no, as soon as you start doing that, I'm sure it's almost exactly like any of those phrases. Like I try to tell myself, hold on,
Back away.
Put down the serotonin,
And all of that. And now just to go back to the larger point that like now there is enough sort of unified discourse that is occurring on Threads that it is, I think, starting to take the cultural place of X as this is what the internet thinks. And there was no place where that was more, I think, clearly represented than the Pantone thing.
Yeah.
Because they had to address it. Same with the McDonald's commercial, actually, recently.
So, thing of the week.
Oh, boy. Man.
I feel like it's the
Can we go
green.
with the pens? Oh, okay.
Oh, you want to go with the pens?
I mean, it's probably the green, but again, like, because of the
I'm trying to
bubble, I
fight
don't
my own
know.
biases, right? I'm trying to practice what I preach right now. And like, well, I think the gel pens, but of course I do because I didn't know about the green thing. But the way Molly
know.
explained it, sounds like it was a pretty big thing.
What do we think? What do we think, everybody? Let's ask Discord. Because I'm curious to know if anybody else just even saw that. I mean, obviously they did. Again, Pantone like had a press conference about it.
Well, yeah,
It
people
was
saw
definitely a
it.
thing.
Yeah.
But they didn't like change their thing or anything.
Yeah.
I like the pens because it's shopping season.
Icor
so far,
says, let's
Discord
make
has
it
no.
pens just to be happy.
Right? I know. I kind of feel the same way.
Zoe says, make it a green pen.
Make it a green pen. Boom. A phthalo green Legami
All right.
pen.
Also, it's a good news economy story. Legami fighting the trend of decline.
Right. He's still
You can innovate in the pen space. Look at
make
Legami.
kids right again.
That's great. Okay, Legami gel pens. Yay.
Woo! Love it. Love it. Plus, it
Let's
goes
get
with
to
the
your
title.
things. Feedback at itsthing.me. Matt Bat has a potential thing. It may be my algorithm bubble. Well done, Matt Bat. But it seems like there are a lot of YouTubers doing car giveaways, and then points to an influencer who gave away their car. Video of Casey Liddell giving some insight as to how vehicle giveaways work. I have not noticed this yet, but But
Yeah.
yeah,
But I wonder.
could be
Yeah,
your
let us know.
algorithm.
I haven't seen it either, but yeah, exactly. But
Rich says it's a recession indicator.
it's a recession indicator because you can't afford it anymore. I mean, honestly, that if anything was going to make it a thing, it would be the huge number of stories that are basically like cards are unaffordable for people. So possibly. Tom makes a bold.
Well, I think it's Tim, and my
Tim.
brother Tim would be very sensitive to you confusing.
Oh yeah,
Tom and
sorry.
Tim.
I bet that happens all the time, and I bet it happens to you too. It's because you know what it is. I accidentally hovered my mouse over the link,
Uh-huh.
and then the preview of the link covered up the
Yeah.
email for a minute, and I was
I
just
see.
trying to remember. Yeah,
Of course.
Okay, I fixed it.
Yeah, no worries.
Tim makes a bold. God damn it! It happened again. A bold unthing call. Can you just not with the cursor? How about if I just don't touch the mouse? That's on me. User error.
Try it. See if it works.
Hi, Tom and Molly and Rich. Can I pitch a seasonally based non-thing at you? Sounds like you're going to throw it at me, but I'm cool. with it.
Okay. Yeah. Duck.
Dried fruit in foods does not seem to be a United Statesian thing. While
Thank you
Americans
for
will
saying
chew,
United States.
will chew the odd raisin, dried apricot, or dried mango on its own, they seem very averse to dried fruit in other foods. They reject with horror British sweetmeats like mince pies, Christmas pudding, Christmas cake, and spotted dick. They say nein to German Stollen and arrivederci to Italian panettone. I think an unthing stagnation is needed. Regards and Merry Thingmas from Tim.
I know that there is definitely a long-standing nobody wants fruitcake feeling in the United States. However, I will say, and maybe it's just my own bubble, but in Los Angeles, Panettone sells like hotcakes.
Well, you
I
have
mean,
that.
every Ralph's in LA has a huge display of Panettone and they sell it out.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So I don't know if
fascinating.
that's just a regional US thing, and it could be the exception that proves the rule. And also growing up, we always had Stollen. My grandma always made Stollen because my grandpa was German. She wasn't, but she learned to make it for him.
yeah.
But again,
think
these are both very much my own bubbles.
I mean, I think they exist. There's always Panettone in the store. It exists, but I agree that it is definitely not like a big American thing. And the pies that you talked about, like the amount of dried fruits in things like Christmas puddings and mince pies and things like that on Great British Baking Show that I see is totally out of proportion to like we just
Definitely. We had mince pies growing up too, because my grandma was Irish and she knew how to make them. But after I was like, in the teens, she stopped because nobody wanted to
no
eat
one
it.
likes them. Like
I liked it, but yeah.
we'll go for like a cranberry scone.
Spotted dick,
kinda
not
situation, but-
popular in the U.S. You can get it, but
You can get
yeah,
it.
yeah. We need more substantiation of Tim's unthing call. I think it's a reasonable
Tell us
request, though. Yeah.
Tell us more. I will say though that if you're gonna do a Panettone for anybody in your life, get it from This Is From Roy.
Oh, yeah?
It's called From Roy.
All right.
I will be sending these out. Damn it! I just maybe spoiled.
Panettone, not Pantone. Totally two different.
Panettone.
Totally
Did I say Pantone? That's hilarious.
No, you didn't, but it made me
Oh,
think
okay.
that. You said it right. I was just like, oh, that's funny. They're almost the same.
Phew. Yeah.
Fi-
Tell us what you think.
Techno mentioned Discord shared the most important news story of the year: a raccoon breaking into a liquor store, which led to a posting from the Virginia Distillery Company. We'd like to address the reports of the very intoxicated raccoon found inside a Virginia ABC store. ABC store means Virginia. Hawaiians don't get confused. This is a liquor store chain that's government run in Virginia. According to eyewitnesses, the raccoon entered the premises, bypassed the allocated bourbon, and went straight for our award-winning American single malt. While we're proud of our whiskey, we did not expect it to be quite so appealing to local wildlife. We'd also like to apologize to the raccoon's family. As a family-owned company, we know what it's like when a relative gets a little overly confident in the whiskey aisle. Thankfully, the raccoon was indeed 21 and had a valid Virginia ID. If we're guilty of anything, it's this. Our whiskey is too damn good. That's on us. To avoid future omnivore indiscretions, we're updating our motto: Virginia Distillery Company, irresistibly smooth. Even if you eat mostly trash, please drink responsibly.
Unbelievable. I mean, by the way, if any of you did miss, because this is a real mind the gap situation, because it was definitely a thing of the week
Yeah.
that fell in between our taping days. But yeah, like basically a raccoon broke into a liquor store, drank a bunch of booze, and was found splooted. Like full sploot, passed out in the bathroom, which is incredible. It was worldwide headlines, and now people are saying that the drunken raccoon is the unofficial mascot of Virginia.
Virginia, no longer just for lovers.
Virginia, it's for drunken raccoons.
Hmm.
It's a choice.
Also, well played, Virginia Distillery Company. I like that one.
Really, really well done. That shows you how much of a thing it is / was. Ugh. As always, it's the feedback that rounds out the show. We bring our things, you bring your things, and then we have a symphony of things. Feedback@itsathing.me is where you can send us your things, your thoughts, your validation, your disagreement, and your holiday wishes. That's fine. Maybe you're
whatever you
I
got.
don't know.
Send it our way.
And if you want to support the show a little more directly with your dollars, you can do so at patreon.com/itsathing. If you do that, you can join your homies in the Discord. You've heard us refer to them a couple of times. You can chat along live when we tape the show. You get an ad-free RSS feed. And if you go all the way to the top, to the shout-out level, that's where it gets good. This
These
week's
shout-outs
shout-out,
are based on IMDb review titles for White Christmas. White Christmas, the movie, which did feature the song. That is not the first occurrence of White Christmas, the song, in a movie. That is reserved for Holiday Inn, I believe.
Fascinating.
Yeah. But these are IMDb review titles for the movie White Christmas. A.B. Puppy. Good, clean, entertaining.
AJ Venturella. Sometimes the audience knows better than the critics.
Benjamin Forrest. An innocent Yuletide talent tale.
Ooh, someone was having fun with alliteration.
Yeah.
Bio cow in the bleak midwinter.
Brian John Fercaro. Magic! Exclamation point.
Dom. Who hasn't heard about this?
But herd is spelled H-E-R-D.
I don't know if it is on purpose or not. I'm gonna fix it.
Eric Duncan. Count me in with the saps who absolutely love it.
Aw. S-Dub Texas. As wonderful as ever.
Gabrielle Cohen. Still dreaming after all these years.
Jake Woods. You are not exactly Superman, but you are awfully available.
Kevin Sill. I hate reviewing classics, especially when it doesn't blow me away. But apparently that person did anyway.
I'm still going to, though. Lara Abel. Stick with Holiday Inn.
Lee Price. Yes, I am a simple, simple man.
Louis Saint-Amour. My sap runneth over.
Mike Akins. A sentimental and nostalgic favorite.
Morris Jones. An encompassed feeling nearly lost in time. Where every word is capitalized.
And Valor Trucks. Cute story, catchy tunes, and the best legs in the biz.
See? Oh, thank you for all your support. Patreon.com/itsathing one more time is where you can keep our show on the airwaves week after week. We love you.
Do that. You can also support the show by buying 6-7 merch and It's a Thing merch and our shopping page, itsathing.me/shop.
See you next week, friends.
Give it to me. I don't need no man speaking lies.
Just politicians.
Take that high.
The first movie in VistaVision.
VistaVision.
Be the Herd.
Yay, Rich
Yes,
made it.
The Herd was a direct copy.
That's amazing.
You are
Also,
probably not on the mic you mean to be. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I probably am not.
How pedantic am I that I can't even let the typo go by? I had to fix it.
Yeah, I assumed that
I
was
said it back.
the typo in the title, but yeah.
Yeah, I should have assumed actually. As somebody who did that mailbag show where I delighted in reading the typos out loud first.
Right.
That was a good bit. It was so simple and so effective.
Yeah. Now your volume's
you're
just
on
really
nothing.
low, but
Yeah,
you're on the
your
right
volume's
mic.
really low.
Oh, is it really low?
Yeah.
All right. Let's
Hey, there we
this.
go. Now
How's
that's the
this?
rich, smooth Straffolino we've
Hey.
been waiting for.
Oh, wait.
Here we go.
Sorry, when I was on
now it's too loud.
another show. Too loud? All right. No, too loud.
Okay.
All right. Sorry.
Is that Cloud
Is that
Dancer
good?
behind you?
Oh, yes. This is my
I see
cloud
some,
dancing
hints
behind
of
me.
Cloud Dancer behind you.
Yes.
Hold me
Very nice.
closer, Cloud Dancer.
Good one.
So it's funny that phthalo green is one of the classic Bob Ross colors that he would feature on his palette. But he usually did it when he had a seascape. So you knew you were in for some waves or some translucence when phthalo green was on there.
That is funny.
You weren't
I
just
had
getting
no
a...
idea.
And phthalo blue is, of course, the first color after titanium white,
Of course.
They do look
which he
all this
uses
up while we
frequently.
were- Maybe that's why it got such immediate love, is that people were just like, "Oh, it's a Bob Ross color. I love it," because Bob Ross
Oh,
also
yeah.
a thing, you know.
And listen, sap green just doesn't have the same ring to it. So,
So true.
Sap
Yeah.
Green is liked by the same people who reviewed White Christmas well.
yeah, I do enjoy that even the positive sounding ones were like apologetic.
I know.
It's like,
they-
listen,
sorry,
know
but
it's
I
not
love
good,
it.
But I love it.
Yeah.
That's
Which
too
that is one of the holiday classics around our
The
household.
only reason I know the Holiday Inn thing is that my mom would say it every year because she would watch Holiday Inn on January 1st while my dad was watching college football bowl games.
Okay.
And she would bribe us to come watch with her because my sister and I both were watching the football. And then my mom would be like, if you want to come watch Holiday Inn with me, I've got tiny Cokes for you. And so I always associate January 1st with tiny Coke bottles and Holiday Inn.
That is adorable.
Yeah.
I maintain that White Christmas has the most unrelatable plot to the rest of humanity because the plot is two highly successful Broadway producers rescuing a bed and breakfast owned by a 3-star general.
Yeah.
It is.
It's like,
I've
what-
never seen White Christmas.
He did it before and he could do it again.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
How? Yeah, I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's very much in that post-World War, like, what about the guys who gave it all to save our democracy? What are they doing now? Let's help them out.
Just because it was made in the 50s, don't worry. Is there a number that is nostalgic for minstrel shows? There sure is.
There sure is. Yeah.
There sure is.
That's why everyone's apologetic in their reviews,
Yeah, that
frankly.
should be
They're
like,
just like,
be like,
look.
listen, I leave the room for 5 minutes and
Yep.
then it's great.
Feel good about this.
Yeah.
Fast forward, skip, 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 skip.
Skibbity,
It is the weakest
skibbity,
number also.
Skibbity, skip, skip, skibbity, skip, skibbity.
Skibbity times.
Skibbity times. Which, by the way, I was expecting more Frutiger Arrow out of the aesthetic there.
I know. I would have thought so too, but
Mm-hmm.
it does seem like it was short-lived.
Yeah. Sadly, yes.
Yeah.
The Gen Z. Also, I like our 6-7 merch better. I'm just going to say it. Their 6-7
Our 6-7 merch rocks.
Yeah.
is pretty weak.
And Fourth Wall agrees. Yeah. They're like, this is so good, we need to make it better.
Yes. Yeah. Like, could you approve our changes? But we'll do work for you. Here you go.
Yeah. By the way, I got the same thing on a DTNS. I didn't get it with this one, which is stitched, but I got the same thing on a DTNS Polo where it was stitched logo, and they're like, "Oh, we had to change it a little bit. Is this cool?" So I like that they do that. It's really most places would just reject it and not tell you why. So
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you fix it.
You are.
your mom fixed it last
it.
night. I just jumped right to the end. Well, anything else? Because I've got to go do a
gotta
CES planning meeting.
Ooh.
I was just asked if I was going to CES, and I was like, no.
No,
I mean, unless somebody swoops in with a bucket of money at the end.
we'll miss you
but-
more than you'll miss us.
Yeah. The FOMO will occur, and yet it will occur from here.
Yeah, it will occur in a kind of a gentle, distant way. Is my experience.
Works for me.
You could just get a cold and make your feet hurt, and then it'll be like,
Yeah,
I'm there.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go. That sounds nice. Okay, bye.
Well,
Bye,
thanks
everyone.
everybody. Bye. We'll see you next time on The Price is Right.
Give it to me. Give it to me.